We have a deal. See, I'm ready for it, right? But I want to know if y'all are ready. If so, give me a second. Let's see if we can wake them up. We always beat the clock. And any day now. One more time. Oh, let's wake up those paws. Y'all know what we gotta do. We gotta wake up those paws like, oh, yeah, that's right. Let's get them open. Let's get to the eyes. Let's wake them up. Let's let them know that we're in the building today, even though we've been up since 3 o'clock, because I've been searching for so long. Nobody like you. Nowhere to be found. It makes me wonder what I'd do if I never had someone like you. Yes, I don't know where I'd be without you guys. Y'all know why? Because it's Tuesday 13th. That's right, y'all. It's 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this is our bottom line, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that, where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. It just got me pissed. Good morning, everybody. We made it another day above ground. Let me get this camera straight so I can get y'all focused up in here, so I can see who we got up in the building early. Let me know where y'all chiming in from. I want to see who's here, who we got up in the building, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get the tie straight. Let's make sure we all good. Hopefully you guys can hear me, because we fixed the audio. Let's go. Who we got up in the building? We got Rebecca. All right, yeah, Rebecca Yen Bueno chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. We got Jewel G. Yeah, Jewel, where you from, Jewel? You know we got Batty up in the building, Batty Lynn. Good morning from Detroit City. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all got all the love coming in from the right-hand side, and y'all know what that does, especially today since I'm wearing green. It just makes me feel like blah, 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 turns me into the our bottom line Incredible Hulk. I'm so happy that you guys are here with me today, and we made it another day above ground. Y'all already know what I always say. Problems present opportunities, and he gave us another day to do what? To get it right. So y'all don't stress out. Everybody, I hope you had a good evening. I slept like a baby, went to bed early, but I had to get up early because I'm so happy that I did. Because when I got up at 3 o'clock, oh my God, all of a sudden, breaking news, we got this going on. So we over here compiling, we over there making sure that we got a whole nice deck stacked up so that we can make sure that we got enough in the clip to entertain, as well as to get you guys enough content to have something to talk about in the comments. Jewel is from Chicago, and yes, we may have something in the clip for you today from Chicago. Thank you guys for chiming in. Like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me today, I appreciate you. So do us a favor, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 40,000. We almost there. We almost there. We got 31. I'm optimistic. Stay energized, you guys. Have a fantastic morning, because we and me, right about now, I got to get to work before I start asking for likes. I got to get some content up so that we have something to talk about. Let's get some content up to get this dialogue laid out. First thing I want to bring to you guys is what? A breaking story yesterday. Yes, we're still moving. We still got tariffs happening, and you guys don't play around. Y'all like to talk about the money. So as of today, I made sure that I represented what you guys like to talk about. I put the green jacket on with the green tie because y'all like to talk about what? Money, 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 money. And right now, tariffs are number one on y'all agenda. Also, we're going to get into some more, but like I always tell you guys, let's get into these titles. Okay, it's time to get into this thumbnail. What do we have this morning hot off the press? We have Trump, USA, and China. We have a deal. Oh boy, thank you so much. I've been waiting for this day. It's been like a nightmare for the last month plus 2 months. I gotta just tell you guys, and I'm so happy that we have finally laid a nice common ground so that China and the US can finally discuss these tariffs and get us out of the red. Let's keep on moving forward. Also, guys, we've got President Donald Trump makes a trade deal with China after Geneva negotiations. That's what we're talking about here today, guys, because it's hot off the press and it's about your pockets and it's going to reflect in the markets. I hope it does. Still ain't see it reflect in the supermarket yesterday. Those bags of Wise potato chips, still $2.29. Let's keep on going, you guys. Another Newark airport malfunction forces flights to again be grounded. I never liked taking Newark. I'm a LaGuardia guy myself. I got to be honest with you. When I'm flying out of New York, it's just so much easier. They always try to get you to go to Newark when they got these little specials going on and all of this crap. Let me tell you guys, I've been safely flying out of LaGuardia all my life, and I'm not going to stop now. Now we're going to keep on moving forward because last but not least, we've got postal worker. Yes, yes, yes. Fake news turns into new news and real news. Yes, we have a postal worker who admits to orchestrating plans to rig the 2024 election. She basically gave it up, admitted how she did it. She had partners in this as well. I don't even know if we ever heard about this before because I'm surprised that it came across the timeline. I caught it, saw it, wanted you guys to see it, like to hear it. Here it go. But without any further ado, I like to get into our first clip. We're going to stack about 4 clips until I come to the comments so I can give you guys something that we can talk about. Our first clip today is going to be some good news again, which is our president signing a executive order to do what? To lower drug costs. Finally. But of course, it's getting pushed back. They're trying to say if you're trying to have control of the drug market. And we're going to get right into that because he responds directly to that question. Without any further ado, you guys, good morning. I hope you're having a fantastic morning. And yes, we're wearing green today because we got a deal. Let's keep on going, y'all. Let's keep going. Let's get it done.
How do you respond to the fact that this?
It's not price control.
Mr. President, what is Mr. Price controls?
Say it.
How do you respond to the fact that this?
It's not price control. No. What was price control is before. If you want to talk about price control, is what they were doing. They were making us pay. They set a price, and they said, "Here's what we're going to pay, and anything else, charge America." Because at that time they had a very stupid president, and it really went crazy during the last 4 years. And remember this, the Democrats are the ones that allowed this to happen. They were the ones that were the protector of this pricing system. And I think it's going to be very hard. You'll have to ask Democrats, are they going to vote against the one great, big, beautiful deal that's being negotiated now, tax cuts, etc., when now on top of the tax cuts and regulation cuts, all the things, now you're going to say that the price of your medicine is going down by 60, 70, 80%. You're going to vote against it? I think a lot of Democrats are going to be forced to do something that their leaders are going to beg them not to do, and that's vote for the bill. I don't see how they can vote against it. How can they vote against it when drug prices, drugs and pharmaceuticals are going to be down 70, 80%?
Now, I know our seniors and people that have a lot of pills and stuff that they take is going to be very excited to hear that. God bless the dead. My mom, before she passed, she was on 11 different prescriptions. And had it not been for certain medical coverage, we wouldn't have been able to take care of that and handle it. So yes, I'm sure that this is going to be good for many people throughout the United States. I want to keep on moving forward, you guys, right now, because we got much more in the clip. I want you guys to see this other situation where, yes, we made the trade deal. I'm not going to hold out. I'm not going to play with you guys. I'm going to let you guys see right now, yes, we made the trade deal with China. Want you to see certain parts of the parameters. We're going to keep on going to tariffs. You guys like talking about the money. I know that because you always tell me, why are we talking about this when we should be talking about tariffs? Why are we talking about what's going on in when we should be talking about tariffs? We're talking about tariffs. Let's get to it. I hope you guys like it. If you do, double tap that screen and share with somebody and let them know what we're doing over here because ain't nobody else doing this morning because we are our bottom line. Let's go, y'all. Want to keep talking about the money because that's what you guys like talking about. I already know. I know. So yes, let's keep on going.
It's all about the art of the deal. The Trump administration has announced a trade deal has been reached with China. This comes after the president hailed the great progress made during yesterday and today's meetings in Switzerland. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and Trade Representative Jamieson Greer detailed the negotiations earlier today.
We made substantial progress between the United States and China in the very important trade talks. We will be giving details tomorrow. But I can tell you that the talks were productive.
The president declared a national emergency and imposed tariffs, and we're confident that the deal we struck with our Chinese partners will help us to work toward resolving that national emergency.
This all comes as President Trump is set to take his first trip to the Middle East during his second term. The president is set to visit with leaders from Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates starting Tuesday.
But we're not talking about that because I know what you're going to try to do, and we're not doing that yet. We're not stacking it that way yet. We're still talking about tariffs. I know you want to talk about where he's flying to, but you here, we got a little bit more to talk about on tariffs. Let me just make sure we get everything out on these tariffs because, again, I know y'all like, wait a minute, you didn't talk about this. You didn't talk about supermarkets. You didn't talk about, I'm not playing. I'm not going to play around with you guys. I'm going to make sure that we covering every single aspect of it. Also, some disillusion and anger. There's a lot of substantial changes in the mentality of China these days. And hopefully we're going to be able to see that change. I'll be in the comments. Give me one more clip. I got to stack this deck the right way because we talking about tariffs, y'all.
Today, with this agreement, we come to agreement that our reciprocal tariff rate will go down to 10% on the United States side, so it goes down 115%. We enter into a 90-day pause period for negotiations, which both the Chinese and the United States are very committed to.
One more time, because what these people on this live right here, they like talking about tariffs. They want to talk about numbers. Exact numbers again, please. Thank you.
Today, with this agreement, we come to agreement that our reciprocal tariff rate will go down to 10% on the United States side, so it goes down 115%.
Okay.
We enter into a 90-day pause period for negotiations, which both the Chinese and the United States are very committed to. And the Chinese on their side also go down 115% to 10%, and they remove the countermeasures that they have in place.
Okay.
To be very clear, other measures that the United States has put in place in the past, whether it's tariff measures from 2018 or since.
So that was U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer on the breakthrough deal with China following high-stakes talks in Switzerland over the weekend. Joining me now, Gatestone.
Now I'm hoping that we all can understand what's happening right there and that you guys understand the exact numbers, what the deal was with China, because they laid it straight out. I'm in the comments right now. I want to know what you guys got to say. Well, we got Daniel says, perks all around. Daniel said perks all around. I thought the same thing, Daniel. I said, you know what? Because of the fact that it's going to be cheaper legal, imagine what it's going to be illegal. Man, Daniel, you on point already. Kendra says, at Rebecca with the love heart yellow. Mark Dorfman says, first of all, good morning, Mark Dorfman. That's the man right there. It's about time drug costs are coming down. We've been ripped off for years. There you go, Mark. Always got one in the clip for us. Rebecca says, at Kendra, good morning. What we got? Daniel says, Big Pharma been taking us for a ride. Daniel is a smart man. Natalie Georgievich, good morning with the glove over there. Interesting to see if the people do the right thing. Daniel says, hey fam, Trump is cooking. Kendra says, love at Natalie. Natalie Georgievich, good morning, everybody. Jeremiah says, got nice waves in your head, dude. Thank you so much for the love. Kendra just shouted you out. Carl says Donna was a Saudi Arab, right? In Saudi Arabia right now. Batty Lynn, good morning, Kendra. Okay, Angels, we see you. We see you, Splint. We see you, Grand Rising VA from Kendra, and we gonna keep on going. I seen you up there in Chicago, Chi-Town. I see you guys. What y'all doing? China boxing us up. Daniel Castro says tariff rates, USA 10%, China 30%. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, it's better than it was before. I can still get my sneaker savers in and I don't gotta pay double the tariff no more. So yes, yes. Come on now, y'all better clap it up because we making it through. At least we got 90 days on that. But guess what's coming closer? Guess what's coming next? Y'all don't remember we only had 90 days for TikTok? So almost time for the countdown with TikTok. I have no news on it. No one's talking about it. I'm talking about it right now because I'm guaranteeing you another week or two, they'll be talking about TikTok because what? The timeline is coming down to that point. Now we got to keep on moving forward, you guys. I want you guys to see a number of ICE deportation flights that are on the rise. As you notice, there's not been much coverage as flights have been like kept quiet. Why? Because you see what's going on when they do send the flights out to El Salvador and various places. You get a lot of pushback from various people. So I think that the administration and Tom Homan is getting a little smart right now, being quiet about how they're sending people out. But they're sending them out and they're sending them fast. Want you guys to see that because yes, we cleared tariffs. Also, I want you guys to make a break right now. We're gonna make a break. After we do this show today, I will be back on at 6 o'clock this evening. I want to do a break in the show where it's going to be called Our Bottom Line, the Spotlight. You guys are going to be able to do Q&A. Also talk to me about the things that you really want to talk about on the show. So I'm going to break a little moment right here and ask you, what would be the topics that you guys like to cover? What's more important to you? Because I'd like to make sure we're doing that as well as making sure that I'm getting content from where you guys are from, because I want to know what's important to you so that we can make sure that we're pushing it. I think it's tariffs, but I don't want to just be pulling thoughts out of my, where. That's never good. I want you guys to tell me what's the most important things that you'd like to see me cover so that we can talk about it in depth here on Our Bottom Line. Do me that favor. I don't even care when you say it, when you tell me. That's what I'm going to be looking forward to. But we got to move forward to these ICE deportations, and we're going to get into that right now. Okay, you guys, let's do it. Double tap that screen if you appreciate the content that you're getting as well. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's go.
Ordering the Department of Homeland Security to increase the number of ICE officers by 20,000 as he ramps up his administration's deportation flight efforts. The planes taking off quietly and rapidly. ICE air flights are back on to Mexico and beyond as the Trump White House pushes full steam ahead on mass deportations. News Nation's Jorge Ventura joins us live from San Antonio. So Jorge, what can you tell us now about this spike in deportation flights?
Well, Kelly, sources within DHS confirming to News Nation that ICE air deportation flights, at least 9 were scheduled this week to Mexico. That's up from the average of just 1 flight per week. Now, this comes as the Trump administration is seeking to ramp up those deportation numbers. Now, ICE air deportation flights have already deported over 142,000 migrants this year. That also includes 38,000 Mexican nationals, marking a major escalation in the administration's effort to move quickly and quietly. But it's not just Mexico. Political advisor Stephen Miller says that ICE is now flying deportees to far-off destinations, including Iraq, Yemen, and Haiti. Take a listen.
So ICE sends planes to every country in the world. We send planes to Iraq, we send planes to Yemen, we send planes to Haiti, we send planes to Angola. I mean, ICE is sending planes all over the world all the time. Anyone who came here illegally, we're finding them and we're getting them out.
Meanwhile, Mexico is struggling to manage the Mexican nationals' deportees. Only about a third of deported Mexicans are checking in into the 10 government-run welcome centers near the southern border. Most don't stay overnight, and many refuse help altogether. Mexican officials admit they can't force anyone to stay at the welcome centers. Some migrants take supplies and vanish, while others are flown deeper into Mexico out of reach of support services. Now, the final departure across the border is only part of the plan. Inside the U.S., the Trump administration is now shifting resources towards finding and deporting those who already made it in.
How come they're not promoting those walks? Remember when they were doing the caravans and they were walking over here with all of the people with the middle fingers up and they was walking and all of that, and everybody over here that had comments this was like this, oh my God, what's going on? Okay, what the hell is going on? But everybody else is like, hey, caravans coming. Like it was a nightmare. Caravans coming. You know we got another caravan coming, right? Everybody just like this. But then you got the dingbats that's like, okay, no problem. How come y'all not clapping and promoting that caravan that was like this? The people that was going back to Mexico that broke over the border and wasn't supposed to be here. How come they not promoting that? They was promoting the other one, but why they not promoting this, y'all? I'm gonna keep on going because Tom Homan, let me show you how he's promoting things. He's not playing. He's bringing security. He said he's bringing hell to sanctuary cities, and he's really doing it. Watch how many people they just locked up. Watch this. Tom Homan is not playing. The ICE is not playing, and I'm gonna show you guys right now a perfect example of them not playing. Let's go. Here we go.
Now it's coming with a different charge.
U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement has unleashed a seismic operation in Boston, a sanctuary city, arresting hundreds of undocumented migrants under the direction of border czar Tom Homan. This massive raid, one of the largest in recent memory, has sent shockwaves through Massachusetts, netting 370 individuals in a 5-day sweep from March 18 to March 23rd. Homan, a hardline enforcer and Trump's point man on immigration, has delivered on his promise to bulldoze through sanctuary policies, targeting what ICE calls criminal aliens in a dramatic show of federal force. With tensions flaring, drugs seized, and local leaders defiant, this operation marks a fiery escalation in America's immigration crackdown. Here's the latest on how Homan brought hell to Boston, what it means for sanctuary cities, and where this storm is headed. The numbers are jaw-dropping. ICE's enforcement and removal operations in Boston reported 370 arrests, with 205 labeled as having significant criminal convictions or charges, per Fox News on March 25th. The haul included a Dominican migrant previously charged with fentanyl trafficking, a Chilean convicted of indecent assault on a child under 14, and a Honduran convicted of child rape. Federal agents also confiscated 44 kilograms of methamphetamine, 5 kilograms of fentanyl, and 1.2 kilograms of cocaine, per the same report. Acting Field Office Director Patricia H. Hyde declared, "The Commonwealth is safer with these alien offenders off the streets."
Yeah, we need to get them the hell out of here. But you know, we got these pushback, all this pushback from these crazy, these pushback from other side. And let me just say this right now, because I got it clear the air. I'm not a Democrat. I am not a Republican. I'm not an independent. I'm a human being. I made the bottom line for people like myself because we agree on certain things from certain people in those parties. That's who we are. So don't take it personally that I might like something that Trump says. I might like something that Mayor Adams says, and I might like something that Bernie, not Madoff, Bernie Sanders has to say. It's just different people have different opinions of. I never agree with everything my mama had to say all the time, especially when she came with that switch. So that's what I want you guys to understand. And that's why you can say what you want to say in these comments here, as long as it's respectful. We like to make debates and we like to go back and forth. That creates conversation. And that does what? We can get through problems once we have a dialogue. Because, hey, you know what? I was able to talk to this person about something and such and such and such and such. They're not such a bad person after all. And then you get to realize that under all that stuff, all we really care about is the same thing, which is the United States of America and our people and making sure that we're all safe and sound. Yes, you might disagree on religion and other things of that nature, but still, we're still people. So why y'all kids can't get along? This is what the show is about. Why can't we all just get along? Now let's go to New Jersey and see these Democrats that's really not getting along with the system. They're pushing back. They're fighting against these criminals going home. Want you guys to see it, here we go. Check this out, y'all. We going to New Jersey. Everybody from New Jersey, I need you guys to go ahead and step up in the building because I want you to see this direct body cam footage that they got right here. Check this out.
So body camera footage showing things getting physical when Democrats stormed a New Jersey ICE facility. Those
Somebody about to get locked up.
Lawmakers continue to defend their actions and even blaming the agents there.
People just are afraid of this un-American hyperactivity, this weaponization of law enforcement.
We were getting reports prior to our tour that children were there. We did not know the status of the facility or the status of the detainees. And so that is why we showed up there to do our job.
They made this a violent scene that we were unfortunately all a part of. And it's something that should really shock all Americans.
DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin joins us now. So Tricia, I guess the big question is what happened that day? It looks like law enforcement were trying to do what they do every single day, is transport people that are illegal, that have been put into custody. They normally secure that area. It looks like that the mayor tried to block that, as well as members of Congress. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Lawrence, these members of Congress and protesters, a mob of protesters, stormed this gate to try and enter the detention facility. The detention facility holds members of MS-13, child rapists, murderers, arsonists, drug traffickers, American killers. And for them to try and get these individuals out is just beyond the pale. We know that the mayor, we know these members of Congress want their 15 minutes of fame so desperately, but they're willing to do it at the peril of the safety of our brave law enforcement and even the detainees as well, Lawrence.
Tricia, why didn't y'all charge them? Because it's simple.
We did charge the mayor.
Well, not just the mayor, but the members of Congress. I'm looking at them pushing on law enforcement, trying to get into the facility. If it was any other average American citizen, they would have been charged with assault on cop and obstruction of justice. They should be charged. Why not?
This is an ongoing investigation, Lawrence, but you're absolutely right. These members of Congress, this mayor, and these protesters are not above the law. If they had wanted a tour, we will easily facilitate that for them. We actually laid out the guidelines on our DHS Twitter that show you need at least 24 hours of notice to these ICE detention facilities to make sure that staff, that detainees, and that our law enforcement are safe and there's proper protocols and proper channels followed.
It seemed to me like they was trying to do a pop-up. Like they thought that they was going to do a pop-up on somebody. Like, we up in here, we are who we are, open up the door because we who we are. Guess what? Didn't work. And next thing you know, what did he get y'all? Y'all ready? Y'all know what I'm about to do. Y'all ready? Don't wait to get this age to have somebody say this to you. Please put your hands behind your back, please. Turn around. Watch your head. And now you in the car like this. Looking stupid. For what? For absolutely no damn reason. Unless you're trying to make some sort of political move or something like that, trying to stand out. You know, that's a good way to get some action where they're like, hey, he was fighting for something. Because if you really want to look at it, if those are the type of people that they're in there fighting about, I wouldn't want to be outside fighting for them. Number two, my question is this. How come they didn't go into actually how they noticed how the facility was once they were let in? Because from other reports that I've already heard, they said the facility was immaculate, very well kept. There were no children, and people were actually not having any problems inside of it. How come they didn't report that? And again, don't get mad at me, Democrats, independents, or Republicans. I'm talking like a human being right now. I'm in the comments. I want to know what you guys have to say right now. Deacon says, how do you know if they are gangsters without due process? Michael says, I'm at work. Hey, yo, Deacon Blue, let me tell you what I believe in, and you're not going to agree with me with this. If you came here on the Europe, sticking your middle finger up with one of them caravans, saying that you was going to get over here any kind of way, I myself personally don't think that you deserve due process, and you and I can disagree or agree with that. But if you got here illegally, I don't care how they get rid of you. Not a Republican either. Human being. Tired of it. That's it. In the comments again. Here I go. Well, we got Frederick Wright that says 100%. It's Jaden said hi. Hey, it's Jaden. What you got? Mark Dorfman says, watch out. The feds are not playing around. Okay, Waffle Jackson says, Diddy-crats always gotta cause a scene to protect the worst of the worst criminals, says Waffle Jackson. Ain't hear from you in a minute, Waffle. How you doing? God bless you. Okay, Frederick Wright said hi. Frederick says OKC is here. Good morning, family. Yeah, we're gonna see what's going on in OKC in a minute and check out some news from now and there. Thank you so much. I would hold off charging Congress to be, she said it's most likely a publicity stunt. I think so too, because all it's gonna do is give them more of an avenue going back and forth to court. It's gonna give them more space for news and things like that. So if you're not trying to help them ignite their mission, Don't even charge him. You're right about that. Deacon says this, not every other American citizen, it's members of Congress. Okay, Ice Boss. Zaza says there's going to be some empty Congress seats. Jules says, Hogan who? What else you got? Hogan says, don't mention billionaire killers, newsman. Okay, Deacon Blue, Congress has every right to tour the facility and provide oversight. Guess what? But can they get 24 hours? And stop trying to do pop-ups like you think you got it like that. That's like somebody coming over to your crib trying to go in your refrigerator. Yeah, I'm gonna have to let you give me till tomorrow. I'm gonna get my refrigerator right, make sure it's clean and all of that, because I like to present myself a certain way. All that popping up stuff, you trying to pop your collar and act like, and I love saying those two words, act like you can just move like you want to. See what happened with them when that happened, right? Watch your head. And guess what? Not only that, he got locked up and they still let the other people in. Like, you know what? We're gonna lock him up to make an example. Then we're gonna let the rest of the people in. And then when they came out, they was like this. Camera people should have ran right up to them. So how did it look in there? Oh, yeah, it looked nice in there, right? Wasn't that bad, right? Let's call a spade and let's just be real. And again, don't give me no party. I'm just a human being. Okay, we're gonna keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we got the mayor commented requesting Trump will be traveling to the Middle East. This is a major comment that you guys wanted me to talk about. Trump will be traveling to the Middle East this week for a major meetings on trade and more. The major story was not even about what he's doing over there. It's really about the plane that he was gifted. So yes, everybody that wants to talk about the plane, that jet plane or whatever kind of plane that Trump was gifted, I myself, I wouldn't take the plane, to tell you the truth. I don't trust him. I don't even trust flying right now. I would have to have 4 fighter jets riding around me if I was flying right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I'm gonna need a parachute, all right? Right about now. So I don't trust the plane. I don't know what they put inside of it. I don't know what could happen, but he took the plane and you guys wanted to talk about it, like to hear it. I want you guys to see what's going on with this plane that our president was gifted from the prince of, what's this, the prince of Saudi Arabia or something like that? Let's get into it, guys. Let's go.
Preparing for a major foreign trip, leaving tomorrow for crucial meetings in the Middle East. Hi, I'm Phil Lipoff. He will make stops in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE over the next several days, and notably no plans to visit Israel. The trade war, ongoing attacks in the Middle East, and peace talks in the Russia-Ukraine war are expected to dominate much of that discussion. And while in Qatar, sources tell ABC News, President Trump is expected to accept what's likely the most expensive gift a foreign government has ever given to a U.S. president, a super luxury Boeing 747-8 jumbo jet the president plans to use as the new Air Force One. Aviation experts say the plane is worth an estimated $400 million before the U.S. Air Force makes modifications that the president will need. Let's get right to ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang and ABC News national security and defense analyst Mick Mulroy. Selena, I want to begin with you. What are President Trump's top priorities outside of the jet with this trip to the Middle East? And does this luxury plane from Qatar raise any red flags in Washington?
Yeah, well, Phil, first of all, the fact that the president is choosing Saudi Arabia as the first major foreign trip of his second term just signifies this growing political and economic relationship between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia under the Trump administration. You'll remember that Saudi Arabia was also where President Trump had chosen to take his first foreign trip in his first term. And he's once again breaking tradition by skipping over America's closest neighbors. Now, this does come as the Gulf has played a critical role in mediating conflicts around the world, including the war in Ukraine, with Saudi Arabia serving as a venue for separate U.S. talks with both Russia and Ukraine. This also comes as the Trump administration is trying to make progress when it comes to the humanitarian crisis and the war in Gaza. Now, when it comes to that luxury plane, it certainly raises questions about whether or not it's legal for the Trump administration and ultimately the Trump Presidential Library Foundation to accept such a valuable gift from a foreign power. But sources are telling us that both the White House and the Department of Justice have concluded that because the gift doesn't come with any conditions, it's not conditioned on any official act, they're considering that this does not constitute bribery.
All right, y'all. What do y'all think? I'm going to the comments right now. I know I'm not even going to stack the deck anymore because this is enough right here for what I know y'all was getting on this yesterday. Okay, y'all, what else y'all got? What else y'all got? Y'all got Rain Talon says, no kings is U.S. Okay, what else you got? 2 terms. What else you got? You got Waffle Jackson. Okay, Waffle, y'all want to talk about this plane right here? Get the F out of my country, Stephen C. Okay, what y'all got right here? Charlie says, bruh, Saudi already gifted his son in Lord last time. Okay, good. Thanks for telling me that. Didn't know that. Okay, Charlie. Blast Phantom says, how you in Congress and trying to body slam a woman? They don't have this energy for citizens. Okay, what else you got? Y'all got Trump 2028. That was Joel. He said Trump 2028. John says, Steven, you're a paid Democrat bot. Influencer, get a real job. Oh, don't make me say that about people. Natalie says, video I saw that Congresswoman was hitting an officer. There you go, when she was bumping into him, right, Natalie? Thank you so much for staying on topic. Thank you so much. Ramsey says 747 jumbo jet puta. Okay, what you got? Trump 2028 again from Beckrod. Mark said, Mark Dorfman, good morning. They can keep the plane. It's full of bugs. Jewel G says, Thomas T, yes, 100%. Rain Talon says, he accept any bribes. Ooh, Stephen C says, and fascist. Deacon Blue, officers escalated, not members of Congress. Judges will figure it out. Charlie AG says, Qatar gave the plane to Saudi, gave him crypto. Okay, Trump is a grifter. Ooh, says Stephen. Rain Talon says Qatar. There you go. He's definitely saying it wrong. Waffle Jackson, Deacon Blue, Orange Man bad. We get it. Okay. Thomas says if they use proper process to get it, they wouldn't be worried about not getting due process to be taken out. Okay, we got how come nobody had a problem with foreigners paying $500,000 a painting? Good question, you guys. Do me a favor because nobody's covering it. We are the ones over here, 6 o'clock, making sure that we getting it out. Do your boy a favor so we can get more people over here. Let's double tap that screen, and that's how that works. When you double tap the screen, YouTube sees that. They send up a notification. More people say, hey, what the hell is going on over there? And they click on it. And then they come over here and they say, hey, what's going on here? Don't believe me? Double tap the screen and watch the next couple of comments you're going to hear that you're going to see that's going to say, hey, what's going on over here? That's because you guys made them come over here. And I appreciate that so much because we're trying to get up to 40,000 subscribers. And if you appreciate the content, double tap that screen. Double tap that screen. Or be like this person right here, 111BK, that just gave up that $10 and says, keep up the good work. Nice suit. Thank you so much, 111BK, for the $10. Because to us, it's like 1,000 because we know it's rough out here. It's hard out here for a pimp. So any dollar we get, we appreciate it. We don't always ask for money because we know it's rough. We just like to get those likes up because what does it do? Gets more people over here to see the content. So now we got to keep on moving forward because again, I know we talked about this before, but I agree with this as well. Again, when people make common sense, I agree with it. Thank you for the love with the green. Thank you so much. Full dismantlement is what President Trump has demanded with Iran when it comes to nuclear weapons. Senator Ted Cruz is going to break down a little bit for a minute or two and show you guys the severity if this does not happen. Everybody's just walking around in this cell phone world, not paying attention. And they say, what's wrong with Iraq getting weapons of mass destruction? What's wrong with them? That's like a crazy uncle on crack and methadone running around with a flamethrower. I got to look at it like that because when you got people that got their back against the wall and they have a weapon like that, all they're going to do is threaten us. Do you understand that, people? The ones that keep on advocating for them, oh, well, we got one. That's like people that throw garbage on the floor. I walk over to them like, yo, why you threw that on the floor? Well, he did it. You don't do stuff that stupid people do just because they do it. Real talk. I want you guys to see this clip right here. And if you disagree, disagree. But I really do not want to be scared for the rest of my days worrying about if Iran is going to hit us with a nuke.
Ted Cruz, welcome. It's my understanding that the vast majority of Republicans in the Senate and the House are saying Iran must dismantle its nuclear program. It's not a joke. We
Yes.
know what it means when people talk about a civil or civilian nuclear program. We're not going to be fooled. They must dismantle their program. Is that what you understand?
That is exactly right. And I got to say, Mark, that there's a real contrast between the strength that President Trump has shown with respect to Iran and the weakness and appeasement that Joe Biden showed for 4 years. The first term, President Trump took on Iran directly, pulled out of the disastrous Obama-Iran nuclear deal. He ended the civilian nuclear waivers. He ended the oil waivers. And the result, maximum pressure, put the Iranian economy into free fall. Their oil sales fell from 1 million barrels a day of oil down all the way down to 300,000 barrels of oil. When Joe Biden came into office, the Iranian economy was in shambles, and the Ayatollah and the mullahs were teetering and near collapse. But sadly, Biden reversed everything. He did complete appeasement. He stopped enforcing the oil sanctions, and as a result, the Ayatollah's oil sales skyrocketed from 300,000 barrels a day to 2 million barrels a day. That's $100 billion that Joe Biden and the Democrats gave the Ayatollah. And the Ayatollah is using it to fund the IRGC to attack and kill Americans. The Ayatollah is using that to fund Hamas and Hezbollah. In a very real sense, Joe Biden and the money he gave the Ayatollah funded October 7th. Now that Donald Trump is back in office, he's drawn a clear red line. Iran must dismantle their nuclear capacity. They must shut down their centrifuges. It is the only thing that is verifiable is full dismantlement. And I have every confidence the president is going to hold that line.
And that's just where I'm at with it too. I don't want to care about nothing back and forth from where it's at. Y'all in the comments, I'm gonna come over there anyway. I get you, but I'm gonna look at it like this. And I have to, when I get so frustrated about certain things, I look at it like this. When my son was 6 years old, he wanted to stick a fork inside this electrical socket. Had to stop him, had to put the plug in there and teach him not to do that. Sometimes with certain people, do I have to say the rest? With certain people, you just got to ignore them and take care of them because they're special. Iran can have a weapon of mass destruction. You know what, Tommy? You know what? You're right. Go have a seat in the corner and play with and play with your red ball. Go ahead, Tommy. Have a seat. Y'all get what I'm talking about. I'm in the comments. Let's go. Okay, you're welcome, Kendra Walker said. Frank Rizzo says, is this guy really live streaming him watching the news in a suit on YouTube? Frank, yes, that's what I'm doing here. And you're here watching me. How about that? You're watching this guy streaming while he watching the news in a suit on YouTube. And you watching him. Everybody, let's give a shout out to Frank for noticing what we doing over here. Now I'm back in the comments. Let's go. What else we got over here? Jules C says, Kendra, thanks. What else we got over here? We got Charlie AG that says Biden was bashed every day about gas prices, gas prices, gas prices. Trump tore up the deal and kept this mess from happening. Uh-oh. Charlie AG said he knows some things. Indian says, good morning all. Indians investigation says, what's up, y'all? Peace out. Okay, Kendra says, Jewel G. Yes, there was 2 arrests, one in Washington, D.C., and the other one is Miami. Okay, Kendra got her news together. Blast Phantom Game said, let's be honest. Give someone who don't care if they die and don't care about their own citizens. It's gonna work. Exactly. Thank you so much for making common sense. Because now we got to go on over to LA. Come on, y'all. Hold up. Wait. All my niggas, they be thinking we soft. Come on, y'all. We going to LA. Shout out to Nate Dogg, RIP. Let's go, y'all. We going to LA right now. It's not a funny story. It's not a good story. But we got to get it out. Sometimes we got to do it like castor oil. Deadly, terrible tour bus actually flipped over. It was involved in a fiery crash. There was 1 person killed and 1 was hospitalized. This happened on Mother's Day. This crash involved a tour bus and had 60 on the 66 freeway and SUV in the Hacienda Heights. Anybody know anything about Hacienda Heights? Because this is where it happened. And we want to show our love and respect to all the family out there that happen to have a loved one or anybody that got hurt in this incident. And we hopefully that everybody's safe now. But check this out. It's a terrible story, but we got to bring it out. It's from KTLA. Let's go.
where a Mother's Day tragedy. One person is dead, dozens are hurt after a fiery crash between an SUV and a tour bus in Hacienda Heights. Now, that bus, which was carrying 63 people on board at the time, was traveling from the Cabazon area to Koreatown.
Investigators are now working to learn more about the deadly crash. KTLA's Angelique Hockaday has the latest.
Well, the good news is that 60 freeway is open, all lanes. The scene cleared earlier this afternoon around 2, but people we spoke to who were on that bus say the whole incident was terrifying. 2 people remain in critical condition tonight, and dozens more are injured after a tour bus crashed into this Nissan SUV on the 60 freeway near Hacienda Boulevard early Sunday morning.
People are begging for mercy.
One by one, 32 of the 63 passengers on board the bus, which was traveling from the Indio area to Koreatown, were put into ambulances.
Yes, a lot of them were severely injured and crying and hollering and everything like that.
According to CHP's preliminary investigation, the Nissan stalled in lane 1. That's when the tour bus crashed into its rear before veering to the right across all lanes and crashing into the guardrails. Tragically, the Nissan immediately went up in flames, trapping and killing the driver.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, the tour bus sustained significant front-end damage and a shattered windshield. Looking at the damage, Joe Runnell says he's thankful to be alive.
I was thrown from the back seat, about the third or fourth back seat back there in the floor, about 3 or 4 seats down and glasses on me and all that stuff like that.
CHP says it was the multi-agency response that helped save lives.
Worked diligently to get on scene to assist those involved, and thanks to their professionalism, their teamwork, we have been able to mitigate the situation as best we can.
Now, again, this is all based on CHP's preliminary investigation. They're asking anyone that may have witnessed the crash to give them a call.
It seems like to me like that Nissan probably had a malfunction and the bus couldn't get out of the way on time. I notice how things like that can happen, especially when it's a high velocity, big vehicle like that. There's a lot of force sending that bus down. If you're doing about 50 or 50 miles an hour, you're going the speed limit. It's really hard to slow down when you don't even notice that their car might not be slowing down. Why? His brake lights probably weren't even on because he was stalled out. Bad situation there, and we're going to pray that everybody that got out of that is safe now. We're going to pray for the lost souls as well as the people that are in critical condition right now. We ask for the families to be covered as well as them, and we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. We do not wait. We do our prayers right then and there. Amen. Okay, you guys, I want to know what you guys have to say about this, because let me tell you one story that I noticed, and I've noticed, and I've been on a lot of these Chinese buses where the driver's driving crazy, going around corners all crazy and things of that nature as well. So I don't want to blame it on the driver, but I have been on those China buses and they be flying. So let's be more diligent and more safer with our lives, because a lot of stuff is happening during travel right now. It's a very sad situation right there. Thank you guys for all of the love and the prayers for the families. We don't like to wait. We like to get those prayers out immediately. Thank you guys. That's a lot of love right there. That's a lot of power in those prayers right there. God bless you guys for doing that. Okay, Mr. Tahoe, I know crashes involve low IQ people without proper equipment and maintenance. Indians Exposed says, nice suit, dude. Thank you so much. Appreciate the love, you guys. We're going to go over to Newark, because now we got to really, like I said, I don't mess around with Newark Airport at all for nothing. First of all, I live in the city. They always try to give me flights out of Newark. Oh, it's right there. No, it's not. That's damn near $75 or $80, especially when it comes to the tolls. And what? This new Kathy Joku Hoku, there she go right there, hiding between the flags. She's always a clown on every thumbnail, even if we don't got news about her, because that's how I feel about her. That's Kathy Joku right there. That's her. Anytime you see that clown looking around acting stupid on my thumb line, that's her, because we don't respect her over here. Allegedly. That's right. Now we're going to get over to, like I said, Newark Airport, where another outage happened, and they grounded flights for 45 minutes because of some wire or some whatever's going on. Again, told you for months, and I tell you guys forever, I don't take Newark anyway. I live in the city. How the hell I look leaving New York to go to Newark to get on a flight? I did that one time. The travel, just the cab alone was like $100 and something. No thank you, LaGuardia. Let's get over here, because this is like the third time this week that this situation has happened at Newark Airport, and I'm just saying it's a red flag I'm not going over there. Even worse now. Definitely not going over there.
The latest problems for travelers at one of the nation's busiest airports. Another technical issue at Newark Airport today, forcing a 45-minute ground stop, leading to more delays and cancellations. Officials say the problem was not an outage, but an equipment failure impacting communications between air traffic controllers and planes in the air. This is the fourth incident in just 2 weeks at Newark, which has been plagued by shortages and technical issues. Just this past Friday, radar screens went black for 90 seconds, leaving air traffic controllers with no way of seeing where the planes were. Here's ABC's Ika Jachi.
Tonight, a continued dose of disruptions at Newark Liberty International Airport after yet another air traffic control equipment failure, the fourth in the last 2 weeks. The issue was discovered at the Philadelphia TRACON facility, which guides aircraft in the airspace around Newark International. The FAA temporarily reducing takeoffs and landings while backup systems were used. During that time, the agency issued a ground stop for about 45 minutes.
Newark's one of the busiest airports, but it's probably also becoming, I would say, one of the worst.
The agency says there was no outage, but a telecommunications problem, with reports of popping sounds on some frequencies. By late morning, operations resumed. This is the latest in a series of technical failures at Newark. On Friday, a radar and radio outage at the same facility left air traffic controllers unable to communicate with planes for 90 seconds. A similar incident occurring on April 28th, prompting trauma leave for several staff and the cancellation of over 1,000 flights in recent weeks.
Not only was there was a 90-second pause, when the air traffic controller had a chance to speak to the pilot, she said, okay, just do whatever you can do. Stay at 3,000 feet. And if you can't communicate with me, just come on in and land. What? Newark, don't go to Newark. I'm telling you guys, if y'all got to pay extra to go alternate route, don't fly out of Newark and don't do it. I'm telling you guys right now, don't do it. Now we got to go on over to Atlanta. Matter of fact, let me see what you guys got to say about this. Why are taxpayers responsible for updating their outdated equipment also? And they make a ton of money, says, I'm gonna put that on top of what you said, Natalie. Why are the taxpayers responsible, Natalie said. And they make a bunch of money over there. Daji says, are you a pastor? Kendra Walker says, that's bananas. Exactly, and it keeps on happening. It's the second time, Kendra. No, fourth time. I'm good. Bella says, we had a power outage in London yesterday. It's due to poor maintenance and out-of-date equipment. Millions affected. But yeah, Bella Child, let me ask you a question. Are you still paying a high rate to do what you got to do? Meaning, are you still paying a rate, an expensive rate to fly or to go somewhere? So what I'm trying to say is, it's not our fault. They need to get all this stuff together as they're working or whatever, even if we got to wait a little while to fly out of this airport until they get it right. We're paying all of this money to take these flights. We're risking our lives and our families seeing us ever again. Yes, they need to take some time and fix these problems and stop saying, oh, we got a problem with this, problem with that. Somebody need to get in there and start troubleshooting and finding out what's going on. Let's update this system. We got to shut down this wing for 6 months. So what? Let's do that instead of, oh my God, before something tragic happens. Like a 90-second pause with 2 flights landing on the same runway. Huh? How about that? Would hate for something like that to happen. But hey, how many times we gonna roll our dice over here with Newark Airport? I ain't doing it. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you guys right now. I'm going to Clayton County real quick. So Atlanta, come on, step to the front, guys. I got something for you in Clayton County. Y'all ready in Clayton? Because I got something for you over here. And this involves, did officers help an inmate escape from prison? Okay, we got this 1 hour long investigation to catch him, but we're trying to figure out if a police officer actually helped him escape. Come on, y'all, Atlanta, Clayton County. This how y'all getting down in Clayton? Check this out over here, you guys. Check this out.
I want to begin in Clayton County, where an inmate is back behind bars after officials say he escaped from custody. Thanks for sticking with us for Fox 5 News at 10. I'm Eric Perry. The sheriff says it was an hours-long manhunt to finally capture him. Fox 5's Alexa Liaco is in East Point with the latest. Alexa?
Well, Eric, this is where that long manhunt all ended. Deputies finally caught up with that escaped inmate here at the East Point MARTA station. We spoke with a couple employees at businesses nearby. They didn't want to go on camera, but they said they've never seen a police presence here quite like they saw today, and were shocked to find out that it was all because a man was able to somehow get out of his handcuffs while he was being treated in the hospital. The Clayton County Sheriff's Office let us know this all began after James Beasley was transferred to the Southern Regional Medical Center around 3 a.m. this morning. They said sometime around 5:20 this morning, he was able to get out of his handcuffs and shackles while he was there for treatment. We're not sure why he was there in the first place at this point. Police did let us know he was being supervised by a correctional officer. When he was able to get free, he then changed clothes and was able to get on a MARTA bus nearby. He then made it here to the East Point MARTA station, where he carjacked a truck from someone and then drove off. But law enforcement was quickly behind him, followed him on a short pursuit. Beasley then crashed that stolen truck he was driving and was again taken into custody. He is now facing a slew of new charges from both Clayton and Fulton counties, including escape, hit and run, car theft, robbery, and reckless driving charges. And he was originally arrested in March of 2025 for violating probation on an original charge of bringing stolen property to Georgia. The Clayton County Sheriff did release a statement on all of this, reading in part, an internal investigation into the escape and related policy violations is currently underway in conjunction with a pending disciplinary hearing for the involved officer. Now,
no, he needs to get fired. It seemed like this dude then went on an extra rampage after he got arrested. I mean, after he got away, he seemed like he was locked up for something that he really ain't had that much time to do. So why are you trying to escape and do all of this? This is the nonsense that they do. You got a little charge that you're dealing with. Instead of you sitting it out and doing your time, no, you want to escape going a rampage. Not only that, you want to steal somebody's car on a hijack. Oh my God. So now he's where he deserves to be. Let's give him a round of applause. El Fulio. Yeah, El Fulio. Let's give him a round of applause for that. What y'all got for me in the comments? Sharon Fitness says, damn. Kendra Walker says, no common sense. Scott says, dumb. Hurt another person and added time to his sentence. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. There you go. There you go. I am sure someone was supposed to be there to keep an eye on this guy, says Natalie. Yeah, but you know where that person gonna go? He getting fired. They talking about disciplinary. Can't stay out of trouble. You saw that Angels Among Us said can't stay out of trouble. He was out on the run. Instead of him doing a Morgan Freeman, going down and get on the boat or doing some shrimping. No, he want to go out there and break and carjack people. The first thing that you could probably get locked up for. You talking about somebody stupid? Oh my God. Guys, don't be that stupid. Like this other lady in Colorado. Come on, Colorado, come to the front of the congregation. We got news for come on, Colorado. Y'all hear me? Colorado. Yeah, y'all, come in. Yeah, we got this woman, this postal worker. She admits to trying to rig the 2024 election. Yeah, she got caught. Check this out, you guys. It just lets me know that this possible. I'm like, wait a minute, 2024? When they were talking, wait a minute, they were saying it was so safe, the latest one? Oh my God, after all this false election stuff that they were talking about with the machines and the polls and all of that, this actually was real? Here we go, y'all. We're gonna go over to Colorado. Check this out.
Are your top stories. A former Colorado postal employee admitted to forgery and identity theft in an attempt to steal ballots and cast votes in the 2024 election. Vicky Stewart pleaded guilty to trying to, quote, rig the 2024 election, according to prosecutors. The 64-year-old was charged with 34 counts in the scheme, including identity theft, forgery, and attempt to influence a public servant. 32 of those counts will be dropped as part of the plea agreement. Both charges Stewart pleaded guilty to are felonies. Stewart told the judge, Brian Flynn, that I feel like I'm guilty for the part that I played in it. Stewart was charged in November after being accused of stealing at least 16 ballots and delivering them to Sally Jane Maxtedon, aka Smith, who is also charged in the case. According to the arrest affidavit, Sally explained that she and Stewart started conversations in October of 2024 where they conspired a plan to, quote, test the voting signature system for ballots utilized at elections. This plan included obtaining ballots, forging voter signatures, and then turning the ballots into Mesa County Elections Department. The stated desired outcome was for Sally and Stewart to determine if the signature verification process would detect if the forged signatures were not those of the known voter signatures on file with elections. According to the arrest affidavit, the ballots were stolen from Mesa County residents before they could be delivered. The scheme was uncovered when some voters alerted authorities after they were told their ballots were being processed, even though they hadn't received their ballots yet. At the time of the theft, Stewart was working as a U.S. Postal Service employee in Grand Junction with direct access to ballots that had been sent in the mail in October of 2024.
So she was just a postal worker that was stealing ballots and was shifting them off to her friend so they can write fake votes inside of them, talking about they wanted to see if it worked. Okay, good idea. That was smart of you.
Stewart will be sentenced on June 25th. That's what you need to know.
That's about right. That's why I waited for that part right there, because check this out. Ain't no way in the world your boy Bugatti gonna get to this ripe old age of blank blank and be doing this. Watch your head. First of all, put your hands behind your back. Watch your head. And then taking a ride of shame, looking like a thunderer. Nope, won't get Bugatti like that. They look like they were pretty old too. So let me just tell you guys preemptively, pre-warned, don't get to a certain age or period. It don't make no sense to do no stupid stuff like that, because now they got federal prison to deal with, and that's not gonna look good on what? Their record. Now we're gonna keep on moving forward, because guess what schools are bringing back? Something I ain't seen in a long time now. If they bring back woodwinds and music and all that, I'll really be happy. But they bringing back the shop class, y'all. They bringing back shop class. They making it okay for y'all to cut a piece of wood, bend a pipe, learn how to turn a screw, bang a nail. Finally, teach these kids something besides nonsense and doing stupid TikTok dances and stuff like that.
Speed isn't a luxury
anymore. Let them learn something that they can actually use when they get older.
The truth. Most people will never.
Tonight at Phelps High School in D.C.,
Make sure you hold it with 2 hands.
students are drilling,
Go slow.
sawing, and wiring their way to a brighter future.
There you go.
I love pushing myself.
And then press a drill through here.
Classes that years ago were pushed to the side in favor of coursework prioritizing test scores in STEM, now seen as a huge opportunity.
Do you want to be an electrician?
Of course. Once I graduate, I want to kind of break off and have my own business.
Just move your straight edge.
At Phelps, they're making that dream a reality. Students learn critical trade skills hands-on, building sheds for the community, testing HVAC systems, even architecture.
Is interest growing?
Yes, it is. In a trade vocational class, you are paid to learn. On top of that, they're learning that skill versus paying a tuition to college. That's $60,000. When you tighten your screw.
Andre Green teaches electrical engineering.
You've been doing this for 8 years.
Yes.
What's happened to your students?
They're happy. I'll get that phone call from them saying basically like, I'm making some money.
Here in Washington, D.C., the number of students who've enrolled in this type of program has nearly doubled in the last decade. Public school system has invested millions this year alone.
There you go.
And similar programs are popping up in districts nationwide. According to one survey, 66% of all high schools now offer career education, and it's being driven by economic demand.
So I have construction companies and I have other employers coming to me wanting students right out of high school to be career ready.
It's potentially transformative for these kids.
It's amazing. I mean, you're talking about breaking generational poverty.
For these kids, shop class no longer carries the stigma of generations past.
I feel if other youth got the chance to do this, they would love it because you're just so free and you get to learn.
Erin McLaughlin, NBC News, Washington.
Now that's a good story right there, y'all. You know how we do it. We got to mix it up because guess what? That video only got 16,000 views. 16,000 views. That's it. That's it. But we put it on our platform to give it 16,001. And hopefully y'all follow up with it because you know we're going to follow up. And everybody will get to see what's going on. But that's what we use our platform for. Not just the big stories, not just to talk about politics. We go in depth and we talk about stuff that's actually going to enrich and help us out. And also make you feel good inside. Don't you feel good seeing those kids learn something? What y'all got to say about that in the comments? Let's go. Let me see y'all knock that. Let me see y'all knock the kids. Let me see it. Also mechanic classes, says Cynthia. Natalie, yes, same here, says Kendra. There you go. Sharon says, that's the school my late brother attended for mechanical engineering. Look at that. You see why I love doing this show? Because you never know who you're going to wind up and who you're going to run into. There you go, Sharon. And she put the maraschino cherry on top saying it is real. Look at that. Her late brother went to that school. Look at that. What else we got over here? We got Foxhound that says, I wish my school had those classes. All we had was football and NJ Rock and ROTC. Jules says, I love school back in the day. Rob Outdoors says, my school had small engine repair, sheet metal, fab, etc. Damn, as I was going into ninth, by the time I got into high school, they canceled the program. Shaking my head. Absolutely supporting this. That's what I'm talking about. And what happened to music? Let's bring back the music. I'm going to say it out loud because a lot of times when people say, they say, don't tell a secret because it might happen. I don't care if this happened. I want this to happen. Let's bring back the music classes with the woodwinds and the girls and the kids bringing back home the horns and the tubas and the cellos and all of that. Let's see that. It always was funny to see the little kids trying to balance with the basses and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But it was cute to see. And it's something that's so great. It's more talent. One of the reasons why I got into music, one of the reasons why I love acting so much. We had a school called Center 54, Booker T. Washington, between 107th Street and 108th Street. And I'm going to sing the song. And anybody that know the song, y'all sing it with me. Y'all ready? They help me with my homework when I'm stuck. They help me when I'm down and out of luck. They help me when I'm growing up. My parents too. I don't know this part, but I know the hook. I'm really glad they made the Children's Aid Society. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, I was part of CAS, Children's Aid Society. They had theater, music, everything. I didn't even want to go home. I was in the theater at after school center. I used to go home. I used to go from school right to after school center because they had the gym. You could work out. You can go into theater classes, music, everything. And it was safe because you was in the school. And people like Gene Deal was one of the counselors. That's how I met Gene, and that's why I manage him now. Now let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Now, Sean P. Diddy Combs. Perfectly that I said Gene Deal, right? Perfect lineup, right? Because he had something to do with him, and he was his bodyguard. Sean P. Diddy Combs, he went to trial yesterday. His family showed up to give him support. Want you guys to see this. Let's keep on moving. I was going to go down there, but I went the other day, and they wouldn't let me in. I tried to get inside with the cameras, y'all. They wasn't having it, so I ain't going back down there. But this is what's going on down at the courthouse yesterday. Let's bring you into what's going on live on deck.
Sean P. Diddy Combs' family arrived for day one of his sex trafficking trial.
How is your father feeling today?
They walked into the federal courthouse in Manhattan, hand in hand, in a gesture of solidarity. Diddy's 85-year-old mom, Janice Combs, arrived separately.
The whole entire family will be here today. Yeah.
It was a family affair inside the courtroom. Diddy entered the court wearing a white shirt and a casual crew neck sweater. He faced his mom and his kids and placed his hand on his heart, made a symbol of the heart with his fingers, and blew them a kiss. In her opening statement, the prosecutor told the jury Diddy called himself the king and expected to be treated like one. She showed the jury this notorious surveillance video, which shows Diddy viciously beating his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, the star prosecution witness. The first witness was a former hotel security guard who says he saw Cassie Ventura nursing a black eye after that attack. He says Diddy offered him a wad of cash, enough to fit between his thumb and his pinky, to stay quiet about the incident. The prosecutor said that Diddy threatened to release videos showing Ventura having sex with him and other men, calling them the most humiliating nights of her life. The jury that was sworn in today consists of 8 men and 4 women. The youngest is 30. The oldest is 75. It's a racially diverse group and includes 4 white and 5 black men and women. I spoke with jury consultant and attorney Claudia Colon.
The more different people are, the more likely they're going to argue in the deliberation room, and that's exactly what the defense wants.
Diddy's defense attorney told him to stand and face the jury. She introduced him as plain Sean Combs. She said that the hotel surveillance video is overwhelming evidence of domestic violence. not sex trafficking.
The defense, kind of surprisingly to me, admitted that Mr. Combs is a jerk, that he's done some bad things, that he has a terrible temper, that he's a jealous person.
Combs, who was seen reading the Bible in court, has denied the charges against him. He faces life in prison if convicted.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna make a assumption right here, and you know what assumptions make, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna assume that they're trying to eat the domestic charge so that they can not have to take the life charge, because with the racketeering and with the other charges comes life. So they on some, yo, yeah, he's an a-hole. He probably beat her. You got it on video, and he's already admitted to it. So the lawyer can't get him out of that. So now they on some, let's try to take that lesser charge, see if we can get you about whatever on that, and then you won't be in there for the rest of your life on the racketeering and everything else. I don't know what you guys think about it, but that's what's going on with it right now. That's the level that we're at when it comes down to the Sean P. Diddy Combs trial. But now, Florida, y'all know y'all always acting up. Y'all know Florida people always got something going on. Everybody agree with me. Yes, I see you, Kendra. I see you, Jewel. Yep, I see you guys agreeing. But I want to shoot on down to Florida real quick. Come on over here, you guys in Florida. They say there's so much all the time. Y'all always got activity in Florida. And I don't know if this guy's trying to take a page from the prior video, from a Diddy sort of a situation. Because we got this Florida man who had 3 wives in 3 different counties. Yes, he's been charged with bigamy and he pled guilty. 3 wives, 3 counties. This lady just started Googling him. Next thing you know, the town over, boop, he's married to this lady. Boop, the town over, he's married to this lady. How the hell did he marry 3 different people in 3 different counties? I want you guys to check this out right now, because y'all already know we always got to tell all the stories from everywhere as soon as they come in. In Florida, could y'all come to the front of the congregation, please? We got some news for y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll keep watching it. Next here tonight to the new developments involving a Florida man who's charged for having multiple wives in different counties.
And our I-Team broke this story just last week, and it quickly went viral, driving many of you to this story on our website. It prompted thousands of shares across several social media platforms.
Last week, I-Team investigative reporter Adam Walser gave a voice to the 3 women who were all married to the same man at the same time without knowing it.
And Adam was in the courtroom today, in fact, as that man pleaded guilty.
Oh, yeah.
Henry Betsy Jr. was charged with bigamy last year after Hernando County detectives determined he was married to 3 different women in 3 counties at the same time. Henry Betsy arrived 20 minutes late for his scheduled court hearing, accompanied by his current girlfriend.
Damn.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear for any testimony you're going to give the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir. So how did he get here? 3 Florida women from 3 different Florida counties all met Henry Betsy Jr. on dating websites and married him at county courthouses during a 2-year period.
I met him on Match.com. He said all the right things. He sold the perfect person when in reality he was none of those things.
But Betsy didn't get divorces or annulments before marrying again. Betsy was arrested last year after his 3 current marriages came to light.
I just started county by county putting his name in, and that's when I came up with the marriage to Michelle and the marriage to Brandy. She found me and she messaged me, and I had no idea that she was actually still married to him.
Wow.
His wives all blame the state of Florida for not cross-referencing marriage licenses between counties.
Because if there were safeguards in place and there was cross-referencing on different counties here in the state of Florida, none of this would have ever happened. If the counties did talk, that would have saved me a lot of heartache, a lot of money, a lot of stress.
Pinellas County Clerk Ken Burke says because people are so transient, it's impossible to keep track of everyone's marital status.
Jesus Christ.
Does it surprise you that someone was able to be married to 3 different people in 3 different Florida counties at the same time?
Well, it does surprise me, but unfortunately, there's not really safeguards to find that out.
Wow.
At Friday's hearing, Betsy agreed on an open plea, meaning he wasn't promised a specific sentence and will leave it up to the judge at his sentencing hearing.
In this instance, you have no criminal history and you're at 4 points, so the maximum would be a year in the county jail. You understand that?
Yes, sir. Our original story about Betsy and his wives went viral with 476,000 views on YouTube and thousands of shares on social media in just over a week. We tried to talk to Betsy after the hearing.
Yeah, Henry, we want to get your side of all this. What can you tell us?
Well, unfortunately, I'm unable to talk at this moment.
So your lawyer said don't talk about this.
Apologies, but I can't talk right now.
You looking forward to getting this all cleared up in July?
I can't say anything right now. Sorry, gentlemen.
A sentencing hearing has been scheduled for Betsy for July 31st. At that time, all three wives will have the opportunity to address the judge before the judge hands down a sentence.
He looked like he was like trying to use his eyes and the Jordan bald head look to try to schmooze some of these women. Y'all know how it is. See, this is why short guys like me, we laugh when stuff like this happen. You got yourself a tall, 6'5", 6'1", black, brown, chisel man with the bald head. Girl, oh my God, I know he looks so good. Yeah, but guess what? He knows that too. And he used it on Match, used it on Tinder, used it on Tag. And the next thing you know, y'all fell victim. So these short guys don't look so unhandsome anymore, do we? Always want a skyscraper. Always want to climb that skyscraper, huh, girls? Get yourself a tall man with a bald head. Come on, girls. Don't take none of the words that I say. That's your preference. Go for it. I'll get women, no problem. I'm not tall, though. But I'm going to just tell you guys straight up. I might look tall in this camera, but I'm 5'7". All the way to heaven, I ain't tall. But all you women that love tall men, secret, they know it too. And they peckers be this big, while the short guys be like this, boom, elephant tusk, and y'all be sleeping on the giants. Let's keep the humor going, guys. We got to keep the humor going. Don't be angry. I'm not talking about anybody specific. It's just jokes. We got to keep it lively in the morning. This is how lively I want to keep it. We got to go over to LA because we got a situation where we have a serial pooper. I'm going to wait for y'all to gather that. I said a serial pooper. This person cannot keep the poop in their stomach for longer than 15 minutes. Y'all think I'm lying? Watch this. We got this Amazon worker on Mother's Day. She was dropping off packages to mothers, but these other packages that she was leaving on the doorstep and in the walkway, I don't think that they wanted these packages. Y'all want to make somebody laugh? Y'all better share and like this because we got a serial pooper on our hands. Check this out. I don't know if y'all heard about this story, but y'all already know that we got it. We have a serial pooper on our hands. Let's go.
A delivery driver is caught on camera relieving herself in front of customers' homes just moments after dropping off their packages. Disgusted homeowners in Woodland Hills awoke to find the mess right on their doorstep.
And the surveillance footage shows the driver relieving herself not once, but twice, just minutes apart. The delivery driver has already been relieved, you might say, from her job, but certainly you can't unsee this.
KTLA's Carlos Cesaro is live in Woodland Hills with more. Quite a story tonight, Carlos.
Yeah, Rick Kareen, we've heard the saying, when you gotta go, you just simply have to go. But this takes it to a whole nother level. An Amazon delivery driver leaves a nasty surprise on this Mother's Day, and she was caught in the act twice. A delivery driver for Amazon can't seem to hold it in on more than one occasion. A woman is seen about to leave an Amazon package at this Port Afiano Drive in Woodland Hills around 5:30 Mother's Day morning. But she also leaves a smelly surprise. She relieves herself, does number one and number two before pulling up her shorts and walks away. The homeowners were expecting a Mother's Day gift.
When I woke up, my husband said he was going to bring me some coffee and a pastry. He went downstairs and was greeted by a not only one package, but a second inappropriate, disgusting package, which was essentially like human feces and looked to be urination.
Tamara Bedoy and her family could not believe their eyes after watching the footage from their surveillance cameras.
You can see the mess that she left. So I was really disgusted. It was a horrible experience. And my husband unfortunately had to pick it up on Mother's Day.
She was not done.
On another delivery later that morning, the worker is seen urinating on the front property of a different Woodland Hills home.
Damn.
She pulls down her shorts, does her business, and takes off like nothing ever happened.
Oh my God.
I kind of like clutched my pearls a little bit because I'm like, really? A second time? It was kind of like, wow, still not done.
It's unclear why the driver just couldn't wait to find a restroom. The incidents happened 20 minutes apart. The homes less than 1 mile from one another.
That was disgusting, like very disgusting.
Because this is something you guys would never do, right?
No. She probably had Taco Bell before.
Amazon reps say the driver was an independent contractor, adding in a statement, quote, "We're deeply disturbed by the unacceptable behavior of this delivery driver and apologize to the customers involved. We immediately identify the driver and they are no longer delivering on behalf of Amazon."
Look at his
Tonight, the
face.
serial pooper is without a job. Certainly not a Mother's Day surprise anybody wants to wake up to. Reporting live tonight from Woodland Hills, Carlos Salcedo, KTLA 5 News.
I'm in the comments, y'all. We got the serial pooper. She's been apprehended. We got... Come on, cars. We got a serial pooper over here. We got a serial pooper. Come on, cars. Roger, 1086. We got a serial pooper over here. Let's get her. Oh my God. Hey, that girl's choirs be in the feed. Okay, Kendra Walker says, how's she jobless? Go figure. Willpower says, Amazon drivers and door dashers are animals. Lunchbox 1911 says, I made it work, so catch up, guys. Michelle says, serial pooper. And he said it with such a straight face. Sharon, that's what they got. Mad Hatter says, hey, that girl should be in the comments here. Mel says, I'm back. Wait a minute. Somebody said something real funny over here. Even a little kid got jokes, Dan. Okay, what else we got over here? Sharon says, she did not mean it. She has diarrhea. What else you got? You got Jules says, why on Mother's Day? Jeez. Kendra Walker's throwing up. Ugh. Angels Among Us says, damn, girl. What else you got? You got Kendra says, I hope she had some baby wipes. Well, Kendra, I done seen her take about 2-3 craps. We ain't seen no paper. We ain't seen no wiping going on at all. Oh, we got Angels Among Us that said, she couldn't have hold it. I would at least shit in the box in my truck. Jeez. Angel said that she would have shit in a box in her truck at least. Yo, y'all already know that was crazy right there. I'm talking about, wow. Poopy. I mean, I'm talking about a serial pooper. She's just leaving extra packages everywhere. Okay, y'all. You guys appreciate the content that we bring you guys every day and the way that we always make sure that you guys have fun. Always try to stay excited. Always try to stay dapper and dip. Do your boy a favor. We're not going to ask for no money right now. We're going to try to get those likes up to make more people know about our channel, our bottom line. Like I said, we're the #1 channel in this slot. Ain't nobody rocking with us. Can't nobody mess with us because we the best. Kendra, Batty, Chad, all of us. If it wasn't for us, we wouldn't be, and Angels, don't forget Angels, and Rebecca, can't forget them. I try to say everybody's name as much as possible because I remember you guys for being here every day. But you guys do me a favor. It's time to talk about some money, 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 money. I want you to go into the description right now because I made sure that there was up to $500 in surveys that you guys would be able to make. Pick a survey, see if it makes sense. Go ahead and do it, and you can make up to $500. I'm gonna make $25, so why not put you guys onto it? Not only that, but if you have a business, you might be a barber, mobile detailer, you're probably groom pets or something like that. I don't care what you do. Send us your flyers over here at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. I'm going to put it up in the post section. We got about 31,000 people that can possibly see your flyer or what you got going on for business. And if I can help you out, why not? Let's put that flyer up in the post section and see if we can turn up some more business for people like you. Also, you guys, y'all already know what it is. We got the confirmation for 145th Street in Manhattan. That's right, Harlem. It's called Brands, 538 West 145th Street. We're going to be doing the Show Your Talent Search. That's right, you guys. I'm the host, BOOGOTTINYC. What we're going to be doing is doing a giveaway of $250 to the best person in the borough. So that means if you got talent and you good, I want you to come on over because I want to see your talent because I'm going to give you $250 if you're the best person. After we do Manhattan, we're going to do the Bronx. Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. We're going to bring everybody together in one central location on Delancey Street, and we're going to do the finale for $1,000. That's right, you guys, $1,000. Whatever your talent is, I want to see it. I want you to come through. If you want to be a part of the event, go on over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. All you got to do is go over there, join the mailing list, make sure you're 21 and over, because the drink, of course, is alcohol. You got to be 21 or older to be in the event as well. That's right. All you got to do, go over to the website, join the mailing list, give me your name and where you're from, and you're going to be automatically enrolled in the Show Your Talent search. But you can make up to $1,250. We're not discriminating on talent. We're not just dealing with singers. We're not just dealing with dancers. I want to see real talent. If you can make a painting, if you can dance, you can do a handstand on your pinky, that's talent. I want to see it. You might beat another person that think that they're going to win with singing. I want to see true talent, and that's why I'm putting this on, so we all can get something back out of this. Also, you guys, go on over to the liquor store. 21 and older, ask for Big Drip, 14% alcohol by volume. It comes in a can, and right now we know that times are rough, so all you need is one can. It's 14%, tastes delicious. If you like the taste of grape, raspberry, and lemon, all in one place, one can, y'all like this. I'm chilling, it tastes real good, and you can share it with somebody else. That's right, you guys, Big Drip Hard Punch. It's the new scissor. And with that being said, you guys, I want y'all to have a fantastic day. It's Tuesday. That's right. Act like it's Friday if you get turned up on Friday. Also, smile for no reason, because you're alive and God gave you another day to wake up and be out here. Stop worrying about problems. Problems present opportunities, and that's the reason why you got another day to figure out the solution. Okay, you guys, y'all already know what it is. It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC, and like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, early, y'all already know what it is, 6 o'clock in the morning. Make sure you got your post notifications on, because we're going to do it again, and we got to keep on going. We got to keep the information. We got to stay on point. We got to stay up on our current events, you guys. And with that being said, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, y'all know what it is. See you then. Get 'em. One.